yeah, this last track, G-World, a lot of people have been mentioning throughout this whole stream, so let me just take it in, people. If I don't pause, just allow me to take it in. I might pause, rewind, and all of that, but let's see.
Yeah, you made a few mistakes, G, but I'm proud of you. You know I wasn't one to hate, I never doubted you. I couldn't wait till you were free, cause I'm proud of you, yeah. Cause I'm proud of you. Like first things first, rest in paradise. I am the way I am cause your advice. And rest in peace again, I had to say it twice. I took a chance, had to roll the dice. Our family tree was doing so much wrong, had to do it right. I know our family listened to this song, but to them, it's like I brought you back to life. But for me, it's like how I'm talking to you every night. They cannot see all the pain that I'm going through. It's not the same when I'm going up without you. I know you left me for a reason, no, I'm down to stay. Was it your fault or did someone take your life away? And if it was someone trust, I would throw it away. Cause if I fail, I'ma see you today. You made a few mistakes, G, but I'm proud of you. You know I was.
So you're saying like, cool, my time isn't now, but if man has the chance to throw it all away, man would be alright with that, cause I'll be back with you. That's deep shit. Deep
someone trusts, I would throw it away. Cause if I fail, I'ma see you today. You made a few mistakes, G, but I'm proud of you. You know I wasn't one to hate, I never doubted you. I couldn't wait till you were free, cause I'm proud of you, yeah. Cause I'm proud of you. You made a few mistakes, G, but I'm proud of you. You know I wasn't one to hate, I never doubted you. I couldn't wait till you were free, cause I'm proud.
So I couldn't wait till you were free. I was proud of you. That's people in the chat have helped me out with this. So it's about his brother in prison. He was waiting for him to be free. Okay.
Cause I'm proud of you. I'll do this for my brother that was in chest for 8. RP my brother, know I'm praying every day. No one staying good and ignoring all the hate. I made a few mistakes and ones that you made, but I ain't even changed. I can even see the day. I'ma get rich, get a touch of your face. Still got that letter, man, I hope it stays in place. Got a couple friends that are with me in the race. I still feel you.
This is a very personal track and it gets you in your feels, but oftentimes when you speed up your rap like that, it's not the time and place to do it. When you're storytelling, you need to be slower so it's easier for people to digest. There's a time and place for faster, trippier flows. I don't feel like this is the best time to do it. I agree with what you're saying and I hear what you're saying, but it's now taken my full attention to listen in on that. Does that make sense? I feel like there's just a time and place for it. I don't feel like this is the time and place for you to go faster. If you did half time or just in time, you've gone double time. If you just went normal in the pocket, I think you would have been fine. But the contradiction to that is because we're listening so deep, because of the type of song it is, that's why we'll hear what you're saying. And I guess you may have a lot to say that you're trying to fit in. Don't be afraid to extend the track out like this though. Have a longer verse. Double that length time. I wouldn't be mad at people doing that for Day 1 doing that for this track here.
No one staying good and ignoring all the hate. I made a few mistakes and ones that you made, but I ain't even changed. I can even see the day. I'ma get rich, get a touch of your face. Still got that letter, man, I hope it stays in place. Got a couple friends that are with me in the race. I still feel your soul to this day. Still every day I wish it was face to face. Sometimes I wish we would swap places, but I gotta change the perception. I made it. Brother, I made it. Brother, I made it. Brother, I made it. I hope you're proud of me too. Didn't know that jail visit was the last time I see you. You told me reach above the limit and just soar like an eagle. I'm lucky I picked up the mic, could've picked up the deagle, but trust I learned that lesson when your life was surrounded by evil. You made a few.
And that's what happens. That's the story of a lot of people from a certain area or from a certain demographic or from a certain culture. Man was lucky I picked up the mic. Man could have picked up something else. That's a whole nother discussion and that ain't the focus of this track, but I really like the fact that he touched on that.
Picked up the deagle, but trust I learned that lesson when your life was surrounded by evil. You made a few mistakes, G, but I'm proud of you. You know I wasn't one to hate, I never doubted you. I couldn't wait till you were free, cause I'm proud of you, yeah. Cause I'm proud of you. You made a few mistakes, G, but I'm proud of you. You know I wasn't one to hate, I never doubted you. I couldn't wait till you were free, cause I'm proud of you, yeah. Cause I'm proud of you, yeah.
William Thomas again. No, clap back. Okay, and that's where we're at. Okay. Let's talk about this project. Get my yawn out the way. Sorry. My apologies. Okay. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this project. Raise that chair up. Day1 here has brought us a very, very versatile project. A very versatile project. A whole mix of subgenres, breakdowns within those songs. I love the use of cinematic cues. I love the use of the strings at different parts and how he can allow instrumentation to tell part of his story. It isn't him using vocals throughout this whole project. Part of the storytelling has been some of the more melodic and some of the more instrumental parts of this project. I feel like there was a nice balance between rap and vocals. At times, some of the lyrics can be basic, especially earlier on in the project. But as it went on, I was a lot more happy with his use of basic lyricism. Basic lyricism not being a bad thing. It just means it's easier to digest and it's to appeal to a wider audience. He's not trying to come with loads of creative schemes and intricate punchlines and triple entendres and everything. He's kept it simple and easier to digest. Outside of one or two flows in this project where he gets faster, I'm not a fan of Day1 going double time with his flows. Personally, I prefer it when it's easier in the pocket, easier to understand. I think that as a product and as a project, this is very professional, from the artwork to the production to the videography and cinematography that we've got with this project, and Day1 sounding crisp in all of the tracks, mixed and mastered cleanly. You can tell that he's got a very talented and hard working team around him, and that reflects in the final product of this EP. I respect this version of Day1, this version on this EP, so much more. I've not that I disrespected him to start off with, but I've gained a lot of respect for him since he first dropped, because this is more the artist. You know, when he first dropped and everyone's like, this guy's got potential, this is that potential we're starting to see lived out slowly, and I still believe he will continue to grow from here. But this version of Day1 is the Day1 I want to see. This kind of whole product here. So in 4 months time when he drops a new track, I kind of don't know what to expect from him. I like that from him. Certain artists, I know what I want to hear, and you can kind of expect, you know what to expect from him. Day1, to a certain extent, you know what you're going to hear. It's, I'm on my trapping shit, these are the girls in my life, you can't wear the designer clothes I do, shut your mouth. Yeah, and we kind of can expect that from him, but how he presents that is different. You know, it may be very similar subject matter, but he attacks it from a different angle. But within this project, he's diversified. He's talked about the effects that those things have on him. He's talked about how that's affected other people and the relationships he has with other people, and how that can strain it or bring them closer together. You know, he's talked about family, he's talked about brethren, he's talked about females. So he's talked about the life he lives, and then has talked about the relationships and how that affects other people. So yeah, a good overall project. What would you give this out of 10? Most people in the 8s or 9s category, and then a handful of people in 7 to 6, handful of people at 10s. No one thinks it's a 5 or below, so everyone rates this project then. I personally give it an 8. I could argue 8.5, but we'll see. On my first reaction, I'm giving it an 8. The cinematic parts of this project really does shine to a 9.5 at times. But then there are quieter times where it doesn't hit as hard, and I think that if it was an album, I think that would give it the capacity to be a higher rating. I think we need more tracks. I think this is an 8-track EP. If you was to give me 12 to 15 tracks of this quality, then I could rate it higher. But for an EP, you need to hit the ground running, which let's look at it track by track, right? Day1, great intro. King of My City is a decent track. Magic is amazing. Hear Me Now is it's okay for the first half. That second half, that breakdown and that trap soul bit, amazing. Again, really good for the first half. I really like that mysterious kind of vibe to it, and it's a decent. For a club track. Even that ain't my lane normally. Even I rate it. Energy, favorite track of the EP. Really like Energy. Limits, okay, I like what he's talking about, but from a song perspective, it doesn't have as much replay value as I'd like. G-World, I quite like. It's a very consistent project. I'm giving it an 8. Giving it an 8. And by the way, when I say 8, you've got to keep in mind, I'm not just comparing that to other Aussie projects. When I say 8, I compare that to everything I'm listening to. So that is compared to a Dave. That is compared to a J. Cole. That is compared to a Summer Walker. You understand? I'm not just... My standards are set high. And yeah, I don't just throw 9s and 10s out to everyone. But yeah, fair enough. If you're... If you're feeling it 100%, this is gonna be somebody's favorite project. This is gonna be many people's favorite project. You understand? For me, I have high standards, but I like it though. It is a good project. If I go back to this project, so obviously what I normally do after this, now for the rest of the day, for the next few days, for the next week or so, I'm gonna try and listen to this project some more in my own time. That's where we see whether it goes up on the wall or not. This definitely has potential to. But it's got to have that replay value. It's got to continue to grow on me. But definitely, Day1, you've gained a lot of respect from me in terms of your growth.